Oh man, so Coinbase have decided to put a pause to their USDC lend program. Oh man, so take a look at this. Update as of Friday, September 17th. We are not launching the USDC APY program announced below. And they didn't say this publicly, they just updated an old June 19th blog post to say that they're no longer doing it. Now, you guys would have known I posted a video. I posted this video on Friday, saying that the SEC had published a Wells notice to Coinbase, which means that if they carry on with this lend program, they were going to be sued. And they quoted various different things, such as the Howey test, which set precedent for what is a commodity and what is not a commodity. What is a security and what is not a security. And they're saying that Coinbase will need to register with them as an exchange, or they have to stop this particular using this particular lend program which they wanted to launch. So Coinbase had gone ahead and said, we don't want any of this. We don't want to be sued by the SEC. We're just going to drop this program. And this is really interesting because this is a big hit for Coinbase. They would have been working on this for a while. This is a great product as far as they're concerned, right? 4% USD APY. They had hundreds of thousands, it says here, of customers on the waiting list. They've had to now pause that turn that waiting list off completely. And it's not a good sign and not a good look for Coinbase in a market where, Binance, BlockFi, all these other platforms are managing to do this with stable coins. Coinbase have now had to can that. And that's a lot of work, and that will affect their profitability and their revenue, right? They would have had this planned for going into the last quarter of the year, and they would have planned that this would do them well. And it just goes to show how much power Gary Gensler has, right? Gary Gensler and the SEC, they've really managed to spook Coinbase on this one, and Coinbase didn't fight it out. They've just dropped the program. They didn't want to get sued, and that's probably sensible, and it made sense for them to do that. You don't want to go to war with the SEC. Initially, Brian Armstrong did take to Twitter and started having a go on Twitter, and which probably wasn't the smartest approach, but now he seemed to have retreated and he's dropped the whole program. So not great for Coinbase investors. I myself am an investor in Coinbase. However, that being said, and I've got to be honest, even though I am a Coinbase investor, this is better for the wider market. We know this rehypothecation problem can bring crypto down, right? If this is not managed correctly and the right type of regulation, which is clearly communicated, is pushed through, this can have terrible consequences for the crypto market. Because we don't know how much this money is being lent out, right? That's the rehypothecation. You're putting 100 Bitcoin, you're borrowing against 100 Bitcoin, you're earning your 4% APY, they go give that 100 Bitcoin to somebody else, and they go give it to somebody else, and they go give it to somebody else. That's how we got to the subprime mortgage crisis in 2008. And so we need the proper regulations around this. We need to know what's going on, but I don't agree with the SEC's approach, and I've made that very clear. Because we know the SEC, they've not communicated exactly what they want. And this is what Brian Armstrong is saying. Tell me what guidelines I can work towards, because I've just spent months and months of employees' time and resources building out this lend program, only for you at the last minute to send us a Wells notice. We tried to reach out to you for you to tell us what is clear. And I think Pat Toomey at the Senate committee made the same remarks. He says, you can't punish these companies for doing something which you haven't made clear in a framework. And I think that's what's important here, is Gary Gensler and the SEC need to communicate clearly what is right, what is wrong, what is the path that these crypto companies can tread. Because if they don't make that clear, it's going to be really tricky for Coinbase and all the other operators. You're going to spook them away from investing. So where does this leave Coinbase? I mean, Coinbase have said here, look, we will not stop looking for ways to bring innovative, trusted programs and products to our customers. Any of you who have watched my videos on Coinbase analyzing their revenue or their earnings, you will know my focus around Coinbase is for them to diversify their income. I've said this time and time again. They're too reliant on transaction fees. And in a bear market, if we were to get triggered into a bear market where volumes decline, Coinbase will suffer because they take their commission based on volume. So if trading volumes are low and all traders go on holiday for a couple of months hiatus during a bear market, Coinbase will suffer. So they need to figure out how to bring in revenue stream from elsewhere. And that's why this is a particular blow, because they would have thought they had this nailed. They're working on their staking program. This was their lend program. They've got their earn program, and they just wanted to figure out how to bring in new streams of revenue. They probably didn't expect this at all. It would have completely come from left field, because every other player in the market, although they're private companies, are using this lending type of feature. They're not the only one. It's not a novel idea. But the SEC has gone ahead and canned it. Well, Coinbase have canned it after threat from the SEC that they would be sued if they didn't do otherwise. So there you go, guys. A quick update. Don't want to keep you for too long on Coinbase. We've got to keep an eye on this one. They're down 5 to 6%. Let's take a look. How bad a coin getting done today? So we can see it's a red market in the day today. We've covered that extensively. Where are Coinbase? There we go. Coinbase 5.4% down, sitting at 231. And now we're getting to, starting to get some interesting lows in terms of buying the dip. I'd probably want to wait for it to get to 225. I said in my earlier video, if it gets around 225, I'd start nibbling 220, 215. Now that perks my ears up, and I'd want to start building out a position where, look, it's a great company. The numbers are great. They know what they're doing, but they do need some diversification, and they're heavily reliant on crypto volume. So if we were to head into a bear market, that is the key number one risk for Coinbase. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video. If you like this type of content, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.